This is going to be fun. My name is Jared Joyce. I'm an inventor and entrepreneur, and today, in exchange for $250,000, I'm offering you 25% equity in my patented 5-minute furniture. In my hand are assembly instructions for one of my competitors' furniture designs. They're printed on several pages in multiple languages, and they come with a frustrating bag of hardware. My furniture designs require none of this. Let me show you. This is a cube design, and the first thing to notice is this patented joint, which allows us to comfortably slide two side walls together to create a flush right corner. Notice that all side walls are identical, so there is no confusion as to what part to grab or in what order to assemble. You simply grab and go. Once the side walls are connected, we have created a perimeter for our backer piece to rest on. And finally, this is the rotational lockdown. This is the piece that makes this ease of assembly like nothing you have ever known. Simply drop it in, quarter turn, and boom, can't come apart.
Wow.
Thank you. We currently have over 30 designs using this joint system, and this joint system can be applied to any four-sided object: tables, chairs, dressers, desks, bookshelves. For those of you who have ever purchased the traditional bookshelf, you know that if you are lucky, it will take you at least an hour to put that bookshelf together. These bookshelves assemble with no tools required in under 5 minutes. So, I invite you to come up and play, experience this ease of assembly, or if you prefer, we can jump into the always exciting Q&A.
Q&A.
All right. So before we get to that Q&A, it's a neat idea. I don't know about an hour for a bookshelf. I mean, maybe if on a bigger bookshelf, if you're doing it solo by yourself. I don't know how many bookshelves I've ever put together. Maybe like one or two, but desks. I mean, desks are the big thing, right? Like if you have that where it's like you could easily just like slide these things together and lock it in. It's a neat idea. And you know, Jared it's from season 3, but Jared, I'd love to have you come on the show. Just drop a comment below and make it happen. But hopefully he has some sales. The patent side is cool, but I mean, hopefully you got some sales to back up $1 million worth of value that you're bringing there, and hopefully you have a chance to go over and get your ABCs over at shopsuperjoe.com, where you can get your apparel, books, and classes. Right now, you can get the Super 4-book digital bundle for just $6.99. That's 65% off. So go over to shopsuperjoe.com to get your ABCs on. But yeah, I am very much on board with the idea, because putting together furniture is not fun. And I mean, you can see even the patented Robert Wow is in effect.
Sounds good to me.
Let's do it, Kevin.
Why don't you tell me about sales?
No sales to date. Our second patent issued 4 months ago. We currently have 2 companies interested in licensing.
So, Jared, you put $1 million value on your company by asking me to give you $250,000 for 25%.
Correct.
Is your strategy from day one not to bother trying to get distribution, but to simply license it?
Let me give you my thoughts on that. I am no stranger when it comes to getting paid to go away.
Trust me, either is Kevin, but usually by his dates.
Licensing is how I've made my money.
You made your money? Have you made money before?
I run a research and development firm. We currently have over 80 products in the portfolio, and this is one of them. But the reason I don't think we should license this technology is that regardless of the next .com boom or next best-selling app, the world will need furniture solutions.
So, Jared, what have you invented in that portfolio of 80 or 90 patents, however many, that's made any money?
Only one so far is making money.
What is that product? I'm just curious.
That product's called the Plug Hub.
How much money has it made?
It's been on the market for a month. I think they've sold 10,000 units.
How much money do you have invested in this?
In this, with all of my designs, I try not to put in more than 1,000 myself.
1,000?
So with that, there's 250,000 of investor funds in this.
So the 250,000 you spent is purely on getting to today.
Correct.
Wow. So that is So, good on Jared. Look, there's a rule that they say, which is always use somebody else's money if you can get it, right? Like if you can utilize a 0% interest credit card and not do the wrong thing, actually pay it off and that kind of stuff, use somebody else's money. With that said, when you were talking about investor money, the pressure is on because effectively you've brought on bosses to help manage the company, whether they have a big say or little say. The stress is there. Now you get the stress with a loan, but you get the 100%. You hold all the risk. At least you're spreading some of that risk out. So I mean, there's plus and minuses to doing that. I am of the mindset that if you can get that money from other places, I think it makes sense. I think that the damaging part here is that we have, Jared, you got 80 designs or apparently 90 designs, or maybe Robert didn't hear you properly or something, or was edited out, but you have all these designs. One is making money, and in 1 month you move 10,000 units. They, maybe I'm sure they probably talked about, but it got edited out as to how much, if you move 10,000 units at $1 a pop, it's not a lot of, it's not a lot of capital moving. So that doesn't necessarily instill a lot of confidence. But look, when you're an entrepreneur and when you're getting started or getting the ball rolling here, it's so critical to try as much stuff as you possibly can, figure out what works, what doesn't work. Now, I guess the bigger question is how long had Jared been developing those 80 plus products? Are we talking about a decade, 2 decades, or like a year and a half, 2 years, 5 years even? Because that's a lot. I mean, it is a lot. It's just, it becomes a lot less when you're talking about that. And then are those products patented or not? Now, these are the kinds of things that, like, they probably, if they went into this conversation, they probably cut all this out because it might get confusing to a viewer. But you're here. That's why, ding, ding. You're here to learn and figure this stuff out and adapt it to your business. That's why I do this channel, right? It's why we're here to make super entrepreneurs and super people out of all of you watching, and super dogs and cats if they're watching as well. Anyway, yeah, I am. I'm curious if they're going to talk more about those other products.
Offering us equity in your company or in this one product?
Today, I'm pitching the 5-minute furniture. As you can imagine, if we do this deal and we like it, we like each other, of course, I'd be open to discussing more deals in the future.
Why aren't we getting offered anything in the company in general?
The problem with that statement is that you're saying, hey, let's get married. And I'm saying, hey, buy me a drink first.
That is such a classic line. Oh man, Lori's face there. That I do. Well, I don't. I mean, it's been a lot. Like, I don't know, 6 years plus since I've watched this pitch. I remember that. I don't remember how it's ended, but I'm gonna guess probably not going so well with a look like that coming from Lori.
This is a real slick Willie over here. I got it. You're saying that you're putting me on an interview when I may give you $250,000 for a bunch of plastic stuff, and you may employ a bunch of people to go and push all your other brands, make the contacts.
No, that's not what you're saying. You're saying we get a piece of all the products.
No.
That's not what we're saying at all, Robert.
If you're lucky enough to invest in his one product, you may impress him enough to give him more money for the rest of the crap.
Exactly.
I'm out.
Jared, I just have to ask because I'm curious. $250,000 you've raised for this patent. How much money have you raised across the other 79 products that you've designed?
Total of about $1 million.
How long ago did you start raising money for your first design?
7 years ago.
How many of those investors have you returned all of their funds for?
So far, none.
You're serving too many masters. If I give you $250,000, you have to eat, sleep, and breathe this one deal. I don't see you doing that. I think you're an inventor extraordinaire in your own mind, so I'm out.
that's a little rough there, Mark. I mean, look, not everybody gets a patent in their life, right? It's a tough thing. We've had questions like that come up in the channel on the channel here in the comments. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of effort to design something, find out did somebody already make this product? Did they patent this product? Is that making any sales? And are you the solution that you're providing a good financial proposition to the people in which you're trying to provide that solution for? So it's tough, right? Like, hey, I can make 5-minute furniture too, but if that 5-minute furniture costs $800 to produce and I gotta sell it at $1,600 to $2,000 retail, man, you got to be putting a lot of furniture together to get the return on that. At that point, you're better off just buying the go to Staples, buy the bookshelf, and have them put it together for $15 extra or $25 extra or whatever it is. So it's one of those things that you need to think about, and I'm glad that Mark asked those questions because it is I know, I'm sure Jared felt that was a tough question to answer. And I can appreciate, and I'm sure that to a certain extent the Sharks appreciated too, the fluidness that Jared presents his answers, though they do kind of feel I don't know, a little canned. And that might be in the editing. I'm not really sure. Again, Jared, I'd love to have you come and talk about your business ventures and your Shark Tank experience and everything like that. But it's a tough it's a tough sell, $250,000, and you already have $1 million in other people's money across that. So what I'm guessing is this is potentially the real winner, and we'll check out like what he's got going on now, if website and all that now at the end of this video.
Jared, let me tell you what I'm struggling with here. When I take $1 from an investor, I feel a huge amount of responsibility for that. I want to pay them back. I will pay them back before I eat. So I just don't have the confidence in you to deliver. I like the product. I just don't trust you. I'm out.
It feels like it was a little hard for Robert to say that. He looked down into the, I guess, his right, assuming it's not mirrored. And that, I forget which direction, depending on which way your eyes look is a thing, but there's a whole like logic behind it. But it's that's a tough thing to say, and I think Robert has that in his heart, that he wants to be nice and wants to prop people up, right? Because he admittedly had a hard, he didn't have it easy coming up himself, so and remembers where he came from. So that's tough. Tough.
3 sharks are out. Lori and Kevin are Jared's last chance to make a deal.
I understand the importance of what you've done. I think it's brilliant. I really like this. I like that you have patents, but I don't want all of your other stuff, the baggage that goes around with this. So I'm willing to make an offer to you if another shark will go in with me. I'll put up $125,000, but I want 100% of this. We'll buy the patents, we'll take over doing the furniture ourselves, and you go back and you do what you were doing with everything else and everybody else. But you gotta get Kevin.
I'm there. It's a slick move, Lord.
So you're gonna buy the whole thing, fire him before he even leaves out of here.
Yep.
I like that.
Jared, let me tell you why you should do this deal. Your history so far has been a roach motel. Dollars go in, they never come out. After 7 years, no return of capital to investors. That's bad. Here's an opportunity with Lori and I to have your first huge win. You have nothing now for this. 2 minutes from now, you have $250,000 cash. $250,000 for 100% of the patent, and you stay at home. What are you going to do?
So they obviously, Jared's put a lot of time and effort into this product, and I can't see why he would take the $250,000. I mean, if he's that good, Jared, if you're that good at being told, gotten rid of, I would at least counter and try to go up to 500,000 and try to push up closer to that. It's not probably what you really want, but what Kevin's Mr. Wonderful saying is got that merit to it. You get that big win, all of a sudden you have an opportunity to show off all these other, to go and make this happen for other in other areas and other businesses, maybe as a consultant or something to that effect. I mean, look, getting on Shark Tank is an accomplishment in and of itself. Being able to create something that like Lori finds valuable and would be like, hey, we'll blow this up on QVC. Look, at the end of the day, it is business, and it does suck when people don't like you. People don't like me. They don't like me talking on this channel, and I hear about it in the comments from time to time. But that's okay. I'm still here. I'm doing me. I'm trying to bring the super out of the people who do want to learn, who do want to be a part of it. And hey, I'm here to learn too. Like that. This is a learning process for everybody. If you're not learning, you're not growing, and if you're not growing, then you're dying. Commercial break.
An offer on the table for 100% of 5-minute furniture.
You've told us you've made nothing to date on any of your ideas, any of your patents. This is your moment. You can make $250,000 and know that one of your inventions is going to get out there, and you go free to work on, I don't even know how many others you have.
This is your pass. This is it. You get your money back, you take it, and you rebuild on something else. The ability to do that is amazing. And the risk is Lori and mine. We have to figure out how to get our money back.
I'll make this easy for you guys in that when I look at the people that I lead, the people that depend on me for employment, I could do more, be more, lead more if I could plug into your networks and work with you. So I am very much interested in becoming a partner with you.
For me, I like our deal. I say, you're out.
At the end of the day, you don't bring any value beyond what you've done so far. This is the honest, brutal, hard truth. And we should deal with that right now.
What are we looking at as far as licensing and your...
Doesn't matter. You're out of it. You're gone.
No, I mean, as far as my percentage of royalties that I would take into the future.
None. We got 100%. You're done. This deal is, we give you $250,000 cash, and you don't have my phone number.
So you're giving me an opportunity to break even, but not make a profit for my investors.
Right now you have no profit, no return of capital, no track record of any return, and a whole bunch of really unhappy shareholders. 7 years is an eternity for an investment that never returns anything.
Honestly, I go with my gut. I don't think you're going to be a good business person or partner for me. And so I like the deal that we've put on the table for you, but if you won't take that deal, then I'm going to rescind it.
Again, my preference comes to, I want to be partners with you. I want to build a business. If you're not interested in that, back to your concern of paying back investors, I'm on that. But with that, I would need a royalty, because otherwise all I'm doing to my investors is saying, hey, it's been 7 years, we broke even.
Jared, you're not listening.
So look, that's fair what Jared is asking, right? It's honestly great that he didn't get caught up in the moment to be like, ooh, there's an opportunity for me to get out from under this, because I feel Jared is probably under the gun himself, right? Like he's coming in, he's doing the hand thing, he's feeling himself, or at least projecting that he's feeling himself in that manner. And but at the end of the day, like I know the pressures of that, of owing a ton of money, to these to other companies, to not to investors specifically, but to other companies that effectively become your investors, because you owe them so much money. I've been a part of it. I've seen the effects of it. It's not good. It's really not good. And it's incredible. Like I maybe I missed how many years he was working on this specific project, the 5-minute furniture. But yeah, at the end of the day, like it's really a tough. It's a tough road, and look, it's a pass to get out from under all of that and go and get your next win, right? and bet on yourself. But that said, like, I would have probably pushed up to 300, 350 so he could make some kind of profit for it, but they don't seem like they're probably going to move at all on it. And yeah, the licensing thing, I don't, that clearly that's not happening.
Not interested in partnering with you. We want to give you $250,000. End of story. Do you want to take it or not? I want to hear your answer in 15 seconds or I'll be out.
What are you going to do, Jared?
It's now or never.
I would not be doing right by my investors to say that I took 7 years, 250,000, we're breaking even, no opportunity.
Good luck, Jared.
See you on Twitter.
Good for him for sticking to his guns.
Yeah.
He's a slime ball. That guy had so many patents, so many products.
I think he made a huge mistake.
He did make a huge mistake. I thought he blew an opportunity.
I guess no follow up there. Again, Jared, I'd love to have you come and talk about your experience. If you'd have it, just drop a comment down below. So it's according to SEOavs.com, Jared was unsuccessful in his attempt to enter his furniture in Walmart's Get on the Shelf contest, and he continues to pursue manufacturing plans for Edison Nation. In 2013, the world's attention may be drawn to the 5-minute furniture in a colossal way. Jared is not permitted to reveal anything about 5-minute furniture at this time due to non-disclosure agreements. Still, Shark Tank blog will continue to track. I guess this was from Shark Tank blog. This is one of those like aggregators, I guess. Jared retains the patent for the furniture, but has not been able to secure a license. He is constantly innovating and inventing, having worked over 200 things. He is still producing new stuff as of July 2021 on his website. You may view some of the things he brought to market. The company had difficulties entering traditional furniture retailers in the beginning. The result was that it did not gain the traction it needed to grow. Additionally, the company could not obtain the capital inputs necessary for mass production for the furniture. The value of the venture was overstated by Jared. The $1 million price tag on the enterprise before it had generated any sales scared away investors, the sharks who may have invested in it. So yeah, that is a shame. I hate to see things like that, especially, you put so much time and effort into the things that you build as entrepreneurs, as inventors, and sometimes it doesn't work out overnight, right? They say it takes 7 to 10 years to be an overnight success, and I mean now it's been quite a few years, but I'm just guessing that there's something holding it back, right? Like this should have easily been maybe it's the cost of doing it or overvaluation to the potential licensors for the patents. I'm not really sure, and I kind of tend to think that there was more to the story than we got to see in the Shark Tank pitch. But what story I love hearing is about people down below in the comments, like Kevin Tony saying, I have seen all your videos, but never left a comment. Hope you will read this. I am reading it, Kevin. I appreciate you watching. It makes my day so much brighter knowing that there's people all over the world that are getting to enjoy this content, learning together, like I said earlier, and bringing the super community together in one place. Anyway, I hope you have an amazing day. I'll see you in one of these two videos over here. Take care.